know.
Why you guys always beat me to it?
Of course.
Man, I don't like you guys anymore.
Because we're just that good.
Just that good. Actually, I might have to share it with, let's see, I'm going to just text him again. Ron.
You have a new guy, right? Just so you know, right? I saw a new guy's name.
Yeah, it's Ron, actually.
Romel?
Yeah.
No, Romel. Is that Romel Salazar?
Yeah. You know him?
No, I saw his name.
No. I don't know. I've never met him.
Oh, no, I thought he was the other guy that was saying that was joining.
Kui was supposed to be coming. He's talking to his boss. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
He called me earlier and said he was going to talk to his boss.
Okay.
That's why I had to ask somebody else to take on.
Okay.
Let's see if he comes.
You had somebody who's going to join the group, not necessarily the speaker. I thought that was his name.
Oh, no, that was Robert.
Yeah, I saw Robert's name. Okay. But he didn't join.
He hasn't joined, so there's Romel Salazar. Romel, do you want to take over the controls? Or do you want me to, you just want to talk?
I'll just give a short introduction and an overview. And
awesome.
You're the boss, sir, so you take control.
Turn your video on. There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'll just type in Movement Mortgage and then you can explain everything about Movement Mortgage from there. So it's all yours, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody is keeping themselves safe and healthy and away from any kinds of mishaps.
Yeah,
these are very challenging times. Just to give you a market update, rates are still pretty low. We're still in the maybe mid to high threes, depending on your credit score, of course, DTI, LTV, loan amount, and things like that. I'd like to just let you know that as far as Movement Mortgage is concerned, we are a faith-based organization, do a lot of nonprofit activities. But besides what we do on this side and helping a lot of folks become homeowners, personally speaking, what I'd like to do is perhaps offer to you my 30 years of experience in this business and how we can help you generate more business later on, because it doesn't really matter what the company does as a whole, but it's the relationship that we're going to have. And I would like to be able to provide you value service. So whatever it is that you may need as far as marketing, as far as putting together a game plan, putting together a specific marketing plan, just let us know. And the only thing that I can pretty much not necessarily guarantee, but make sure that it happens, and we can close a loan within 8 days, basically. As long as we have all the documentation with us, I can get that file submitted to underwriting within 6 hours and get an answer within the next 24 hours. And then the following 7 days, get all the documentation and go to closing. But of course, there are challenges. Closing or processing a loan is just like taking a long flight somewhere else. We may have all our instrumentation set up for certain closing, certain times, but there's always going to be, delays. So that's what we try to avoid. Pretty much try to pinpoint what are some of those challenges right up front, so we don't go into those kind of situation. I've been in this business since 1989 and have been in the first-time home buyers program, specializing basically in down payment assistance and other special programs, especially also the reverse mortgage right now. The reverse mortgage market is getting bigger. And those are the kind of things that we can at least help you with, create a marketing plan geared towards specific markets.
So just a quick question. Would you
Yes.
prefer the buyers meet with you ASAP and get all the documents to you up front?
Well, yeah, so the way it's buying a house is a very emotional process. And what I'd like to do is, of course, we talk to the buyer either over the phone or if they are more comfortable in meeting person to person, I would like to do that too. But the way I usually would do it is I'll talk to them over the phone. I'll send them an email with the list of things that we're going to need and maybe a link to an application. I crunch all the numbers. Then I prepare a scenario of what they can afford so that when we actually sit down with them, then I have a more concrete set of figures, and then I can talk to them the process. I can talk to them about the program, especially if they're applying for special programs. But I would like to get them to understand that in order for us to move forward, we would like to get all the information up front. It's just like when you don't feel good about your body, you go to see a doctor, but before the doctor can actually prescribe any medication or any kind of treatment, he has to do a diagnosis. And that's basically what I do. I do a financial diagnosis so I can prescribe the right program for the client.
So at this rate also, this will also help us, especially when you do the underwriting, give us some paperwork. Then when we write an offer, take that in for presentation as well with the other listing agents to show them how strong we are when we come on board and making an offer.
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, I recommend that I speak to the listing agent as well. What I usually would like to do is actually get the borrowers pre-approved and have a loan commitment, not just a pre-qualification, because pre-qualification is just an opinion, but actually have the file go to underwriting, get a commitment from the underwriter, so by the time we make an offer, the borrower is pretty much like a cash buyer. So it puts you in a much better negotiating position.
Okay. And go ahead.
Any other questions, concerns?
Anybody else, guys?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
You were talking about first-time home buyer assistance, I think, those programs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Can you just talk a little bit about that real quick?
Yes, well, there are a couple of state agencies that provides down payment assistance. One is the California Housing Finance Agency. They have the My Home. It's short for CalHFA, California Housing Finance Agency. They have the My Home that provides 3 to 3.5% of the sales price towards down payment up to $10,000. But if you have a, let's say, a teacher who's a borrower or school employees, then that $10,000 does not apply. It's either 3% if you're using conventional or 3.5% if you're using FHA. Plus, they provide between 2 to 3% of the loan amount towards closing costs. So it really minimizes the amount of money that the borrowers need to come up with. The Golden State Finance Authority has the open door programs. It's a little bit more complicated because it's a combination of a grant and a silent second. And the interest rate depends on the borrower's FICO score. The FICO score typically with these type of programs is now at a minimum of 680 for the down payment assistance. What we usually do though, when I speak to someone about purchasing a home, I basically go over the overview or give them an overview that we need 3 things. We need income, credit, and cash to close. So I talk to them about income and credit. And then as far as the cash to close is concerned, I ask them, how much cash do you really have right now? It can be, $5,000, can be $10,000. Sometimes they only have $1,000. So we go from there and then we put them in some kind of a program. If they have enough right now, just like right now, I have a $310,000 in Lancaster, and she only needs to come up with approximately about $7,500 out of pocket. So we put together side-by-side scenarios of the different programs available to them, and then we discuss with them the pros and cons, the cons and pros of all these programs.
Okay, cool.
Is the FHA requirements as far as inspection and all that, where it's still stringent, or have they relaxed on it?
Well, it's pretty much the same.
Same, okay.
Yes, it hasn't really changed. The only thing that changed right now is because of what's going on with the coronavirus thing is the credit of the borrowers is pretty much getting scrutinized a little bit more.
Okay.
We used to do the down payment assistance for somebody with a minimum score of 640. Now it's up to 680. So.
Got it. Anything else special wise? I mean, I usually write an offer 15 days. That's what I used to do with Qui. So I give you guys as a little bit of a cushion as well to work with. And especially with the absentee ownerships that what we're working with right now. What about bridge loans? How do you have bridge loans available?
Bridge loans, I am not quite familiar yet with Movement's bridge loan programs. I know that they do have that, but I am not well versed at that one. I haven't done one for quite a while. So let me find out some more details, and I'll be more than happy to share them with you. It's
mainly just having money available prior to selling your home, buying another home first, using the leverage from your existing home to buy a new property. And then once you buy the property, you sell this one and take all that and pay off the bridge loan. So that's what helps, especially with the absentee ownership. That's what we're working with quite a bit.
Do you do quite a bit of those, or quite a number of those?
That's the game plan right now. Is they are focusing, the whole team is focusing on absentee ownership. And that's one of the game plans also, just to keep something and have that in the arsenal.
Okay, well, maybe later on what we can do is let me know. Let me know exactly what your game plan is, and then we can put together some sort of a program for those.
Yeah, the main concern was the time frame. 6 hours, 7 days, and 1 day closing. So California requires 7-day seasoning, 8th day closing. And that's the speed that you guys can do, which is one of the things that I like with Movement Mortgage. I mean, there's other companies that they don't come near what this system does. And that's what the difference. I was trying to help the team as well.
Yes. If you guys, just give you a little tidbits here. If you have access to the NMLS or to the MLS, and then identify those listings that are tenant occupied, these tenants have to move out. So if you have a chance to actually contact the tenants whose house they're living in is up for sale, then those are the low-hanging fruits. I mean, just a little bit of information.
Perfect. Any questions, guys? I know you guys will have.
You guys, how do we get in touch with you?
I will send Arvin my contact information.
I'll forward it to, I'll forward it to everybody.
He can forward it to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Kelly's go ahead.
Quick question. Hi, Ramil. My name's Kelly Conley.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. Hey, question for you. I've been talking to lenders that I know, and what they've told me is in the last few days, all the FICO score qualification issues have been ratcheted up, okay, which you indicated when you first came on. But can you give us, kind of and I know things are fluid and they're changing every day probably, but can you give us like a DEFCON level of, if somebody has a score of like 599, that's not good enough to do basically anything. I mean, is there kind of like a low point in which we should, if somebody says my FICO score is 560, we know that we can't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
where would that be?
Yeah, we can still do up to the 580 on an FHA, but it has to be manually underwritten. So the safe line will be at a 620. But here's the thing, though. It's not really kind of black and white, because what I would do is pull out the credit report, and analyze it and see if we can do a rapid rescore, because most of the time their credit card balances are over the 50% usage. So if you bring that down below the 49%, if you have, let's say, a credit limit of $1,000 and you have a $600 balance, bring it down to 490. That will immediately improve the credit score. And then we can do a rapid rescore. So those are the kind of things that when I talk to my clients about regarding the three things that we need: credit, income, and cash to close, those are one of the things that I touch on. So how can we improve your credit score right now if you're on some kind of a borderline? So, but you're, in direct answer to your question, a 620 will be a, a good point there, like the DEF CON, like what you said.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
620 is your baseline. That's what it's still remaining, but they have certain variables you can play around with. Just let him handle the, to me, you guys are the experts at real estate. He's the expert at lending. Let him take care of it.
Thank
That's
you,
his
sir.
job.
Appreciate that.
Anybody else? Matt, you seem like you have a question. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
You muted.
There you
Is
go.
there still the 3.5% down?
Yeah, FHA is still at 3.5%.
It's still at 3.5%. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know.
Anybody else before we let him go? And I just want to give you guys a quick tip on a couple of things.
May I just follow up on that one?
Yes, sir.
Fannie and Freddie have their 3% down for the Home Possible with Freddie Mac, and and the one for Fannie Mae, they have the 3% down, but there's usually income limits for some of those type of loans. But typically it's 3 to 5% for Fannie and Freddie and 3.5% for FHA.
Perfect. Anybody else? That's it. I'll get his information, pass it on to you guys, and this will be a second part of the whole equation. You'll have a backup plan as well. So I want to give you multiple options, and with movement mortgage, this is the second option that we have, but it's also, in some cases, if things are going to fail on you, these guys will pull you out. And that's what I liked about them. So they'll bail you out. They'll bail you out. And with Qui, he knows Qui very well. So I've been with Qui quite a bit. Qui couldn't make it, so I apologize for that. We'll reach out to them again. I want to get more, I pick their brains a little bit more on them as well. Are you with Newport Beach, Berkshire Hathaway? That's what Qui was saying, or?
No, the one in Santa Ana with Ronnie Velasquez.
Okay, yeah. All right. So he's with my group as well. He's with the same California properties.
Oh, okay.
I'm with the Long Beach one. So we'll figure something out and we'll talk from there. Awesome.
Yes. And if any of your agents would like to sit down one-on-one so we can create a specific game plan for them, especially designed for them, we can do that as well.
What I'll do is I'll reach out to you first, get to understand the whole thing, and then the whole game plan here is we are actually, let me just quickly give you a little bit of a insight. This is the team that has been created, and the team is actually a collective of different companies. And we've come together, so it's not with one team alone. The collection is such a way that they bring a lot of wealth with them, but at the same time, we've got so much to grow with, and we've got so many resources to work with rather than just have one entity. So coming from one company alone, this is actually a larger company. You've got EXP, First Team, you've got a small North Hills, Amber, what's yours? I don't even know what yours is.
Fortune Weavers.
Fortune Weavers. You got Berkshire Hathaway on me. I've got another person right now that's coming on board, Rob. And that's independent right now. He might be joining Berkshire Hathaway also later on. We'll see how it works out. Other than that, these are collective that we are doing, and we're doing a lot of resources. I'll take it with Kui and you, and we'll figure out some marketing plans as well.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate the time. I really do. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. And guys, I just want to give a quick thank you to Movement Mortgage. Anything else, we can always reach out later on. I'm trying to figure out a couple of things. We've got absentee ownership. I need you guys. You guys got the leads. Start working it over and over. Don't give up on any of the leads. If they don't answer, go after them again. If they answer, talk to them and figure it out. You need to be creative when you answer questions with these people. If they ask you, like what Amber had asked me yesterday was, hey, where did you get my phone number? You know what? It's available on the internet, or it's also as a realtor, I have it available, or my company gave it to me. There's a lot of different resources we have. It's just, you know what? It's available. That's as far as you're going to, but you need to turn this thing around and hit them back. Don't stop. Let them take control. You need to take control of them. And that's the issue we have. Biggest problem is if we lose control, they'll take over and they'll hang up on you after that. You need to take control of them and say, you know what, let me lead you down the road and show you how we can help you out. Yeah. If you have any other questions, we can always take it on the group chat, and that's it, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I know you guys are busy with a lot of this system going on, but right now, this is it. Any other questions you guys have before I let you go? Kelly? No?
No, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
Stay
guys.
safe.
Take care.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody. Have a
Be
good day.
safe.
Bye.
Adios. Thank you.
Where's my stuff? It's always at the bottom. Hey, Rob, can you hear me? Can you hear Rob? I can hear you right now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. You came a little late, but this is recorded and you'll be able to pick the whole system up as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
We had two different systems today. One was for 1031 exchange.
Right.
And the second one that you saw right now was from Movement Mortgage. And Movement Mortgage, I don't know if you can see my screen, but my screen shows you.
I see you.
Yeah. You only see me. Give me a second. Yeah. I was going to share.
Can you see me?
No, I cannot see you. Your camera's off.
Okay.
You need to screen.
Okay.
So let me do a share. I don't know if you can see any of the share. There we go. Can you see this part?
Yes.
So it's a quick one for you. Within 6 hours, they can do underwriting. As soon as they get all the paperwork, the first step is they'll get all the emails sent to the clients. Clients will then forward all the documents. It's like a tax preparation type of thing. Once you get all the paperwork in their hands, the rest is downhill. 7 days for seasoning with California requirement, and on the 8th day close.
Wow.
So that's how fast these guys do it, and it's good to have them in as a second arsenal. My thing is I always use them, and with the 6 hour underwriting, I get an underwriting approval letter from them, and including I get Ronnie or Kui coming in, and they'll talk to the listing agent as well.
Okay.
So the whole game plan is to win, because if you're in a multiple offer situation, then this is one way saying, hey, I have cash, I'm ready to roll.
For sure.
So that's the whole game plan. Any
Okay.
other questions you have?
No.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. I'll still have it set up for Friday. I'll most likely talk to you about 12 o'clock, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
All right. And then I'll
All right.
reach out. We'll talk on Zoom if you like, and that way I can also walk you through a couple of things. All right.
Okay. Sounds good. Have a good
All right.
day.
You too.
Tomorrow.
Take care. Bye.